Hey there, my amazing friends. Welcome back to Stoic Talks. Have you ever found yourself pouring your heart and soul into a relationship, giving your all, and somehow still feeling like you're just invisible? Like all that love, effort, and sacrifice just doesn't seem to matter? It's tough feeling like you're always the one giving, caring, and supporting, only to realize that no matter what you do, they just don't see or seem to see how valuable you are. It's like all that love you're giving is just being taken for granted. I know it's heart-wrenching. You put in all this time and effort, you're patient and understanding. You always go that extra mile. But instead of love and gratitude, it feels like your efforts just disappear into thin air, met with indifference or taken for granted. It's like you're shouting into a void where your needs, feelings, and worth just don't make a blip on their radar. But what if we could change that? What if there was a way to make them sit up and notice everything they've been overlooking? Imagine making them lie awake at night, replaying memories, and wishing they had seen your worth sooner. What if you could shift things so dramatically that they start to realize just how much you mean to them, recognizing all the incredible qualities they took for granted? This isn't just wishful thinking, it's totally possible, and that's what Stoicism teaches us. There's this powerful idea that once you start to wonder if you deserve better, you probably do. Today we're going to dive into some strategies that will not just reclaim your worth, but will make them see clearly what they've been missing all along. So, are you ready to flip the script and make them truly appreciate your presence in their life? Great. Let's get into it. But first, let's kick things off with a strong affirmation to boost your confidence. I deserve your respect. Yes, my Stoic friend, with this affirmation, you will regain your confidence. So go ahead, drop it in the comments, and declare your worth to the world. Got that done? Awesome. Let's move forward. Stoic wisdom. So folks, before we dive into those awesome strategies to really shake things up, let's take a quick moment to understand why sometimes we feel so bummed out when we don't get the appreciation we deserve. Have you ever wondered why it hurts so much when someone you care about gives you the cold shoulder, or just doesn't seem to notice all that you do? It's probably because you're giving their opinions way too much power over how you see yourself. It's a common trap. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." This is a core Stoic belief that can help us here. Stoicism teaches us that it's not the external events or even others' opinions that affect us, but how we interpret and react to these events. So when we feel overlooked, it's often our own perceptions and the importance we give to others' opinions that bring us down. By embracing Stoicism, we learn to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and reactions, and let go of the anxiety over things we can't control, like others' feelings and actions. This mindset empowers us to reclaim our self-esteem and not hinge it on the fleeting judgments of others. Why do we let these opinions impact us so much? It's because we all naturally crave validation and connection. This desire is normal, but Stoicism helps us balance this by reminding us of our inherent worth, independent of external validation. So as we delve deeper into our strategies for commanding respect and appreciation, let's keep this Stoic wisdom in mind. It will help us shift our focus from seeking external approval to strengthening our internal validation. This change in perspective is crucial as we explore ways to ensure others recognize and appreciate the amazing person you are. And hey folks, as you all know, I always have some neat tricks up my sleeve to share that'll help shake up those who didn't see your worth. This time is no different. I've got tips for both the ladies and the guys. For the ladies, you'll get straightforward yet effective ways to keep a guy interested. And guys, don't worry, I've got your back too. I'll show you how to avoid getting played. We've got a bit of wisdom for everyone today. Ready to take back your power and start living with the confidence of a Stoic? Let's jump into those strategies and transform how the world sees you one step at a time. Trick number 1, step back a bit. So folks, I know what you're thinking. Step back, but I want to make them desperate, make them respect me. How in this world will stepping back achieve that? Doesn't it feel like I'm accepting defeat? Well, my Stoic friends, here's where we flip the script. Remember the wise words of Lao Tzu. To hold, you must first open your hand, let go. This is not about waving the white flag. It's about strategically regaining your power and perspective. Think about it this way. When you step back, you're not showing weakness. You're taking a moment to gather your strength and clarity. It's like pulling back the string of a bow. That retreat is necessary to launch forward more powerfully. This moment of pause allows others to truly feel your absence and start recognizing the value you add to their lives. Now, how does this work in relationships? Let's say you're always the first to text, call, or make plans. By stepping back, you stop setting the pace and allow them to initiate. It's not about playing games. It's about giving them the space to miss you and appreciate your contributions to the relationship. When you're not constantly available, they get a taste of what life is like without your energy and presence. But how do you actually step back? Start small. Reduce the frequency of your calls or texts. Be less available for last-minute plans. This isn't about cutting them off, but recalibrating the dynamic, so they no longer take your attention for granted. And what if you guys are already separated or not in frequent contact? Use this trick by continuing to focus on your own life. Dive into hobbies, spend time with friends, and post about it on social media. Let them see you living well and embracing your independence. This can spark curiosity and a renewed appreciation for who you are outside of your relationship with them. Here's another powerful thought from Epictetus. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Essentially, don't fear stepping back because of how it might look. It's a bold move towards self-improvement and gaining respect. To wrap this up with a motivational boost, remember our affirmation: I deserve your respect. By stepping back, you're not just waiting around. You're actively commanding respect and teaching others how to treat you. You're demonstrating that your worth isn't tied to how much you do for others, but in how you respect yourself and manage your own energy. Embrace this strategy as a part of your personal growth and watch as it transforms your interactions. You are showing the world and yourself that you are not just someone to lean on, but someone to value and respect. Keep this in mind. Rise up and reclaim your power. You're not just stepping back. You're stepping up into a more respected, self-assured version of yourself. Trick number 2. Reflect on your social circle. Now let's shift gears to your social circle. It's easy to overlook, but the people you surround yourself with play a massive role in how you perceive and value yourself. As Jim Rohn famously said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This isn't just about preference, it's about influence. The attitudes, behaviors, and expectations of your friends, family, and colleagues subtly shape your own, impacting how you view yourself and how others treat you. Why is it crucial to reflect on your social circle? Because sometimes, without even realizing it, we allow people into our lives who don't respect us or who continually undermine our self-worth. These relationships, often comfortable or long-standing, can lead to a cycle where you're consistently not seen for your true value. To make this strategy work for you, start by examining the relationships that fill your days. Ask yourself, who are the people I spend most of my time with? Do they uplift me, or do they drain me? Do our interactions leave me feeling energized or depleted? It's not about judging your friends or loved ones, but about understanding how these relationships impact your self-esteem and actions. For instance, if you're constantly around someone who doubts their own capabilities, you might start to mirror these doubts in your life. Conversely, if you surround yourself with driven, self-respecting individuals, you'll likely adopt their positive habits and mindsets, fostering your own sense of self-worth. But reflecting is just the first step. The next is to take action. If certain relationships are toxic or not conducive to your growth, it might be time to distance yourself. This doesn't mean cutting people off completely. Sometimes, simply reducing the time you spend with them or changing how you interact can make a big difference. On the flip side, think about the relationships that make you feel valued and respected. How can you invest more in these? Strengthening bonds with positive influences not only enhances your life, but also reinforces behaviors and attitudes that lead to mutual respect. Remember this quote from Marcus Aurelius: "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In the context of your social circle, this means not stooping to the level of those who don't value you. You instead surround yourself with people who uplift and respect you. You're choosing to live by your own values, not letting negativity define you. If you find it difficult to distance yourself from certain relationships, remember that setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, not selfishness. It's okay to protect your energy and prioritize your well-being. As you cultivate a healthier social environment, you'll find that your self-respect grows, and others begin to treat you with the respect you deserve. Incorporate our affirmation here: I deserve your respect. By reflecting on your social circle and making conscious choices about who you allow into your life, you're actively claiming that respect. You're choosing to be surrounded by positivity and growth, which enhances how others perceive and value you. So take the time to reflect, evaluate, and if necessary, realign your social circle. It's a powerful step toward living a life where you're not just seen, but truly valued for the amazing person you are. Trick number 3, educate on how to treat you. All right, folks, let's dive into something really important: educating others on how to treat you. Now, this isn't about giving lectures or being bossy. It's about clearly setting the expectations and boundaries that will ensure people treat you with the respect you deserve. Remember, people often treat you based on the standards you set, so it's up to you to guide them. The first step in this process is understanding and believing in your own worth. When you're confident in who you are and what you bring to the table, it becomes much easier to communicate your needs and expectations. You're not just asking for respect, you're demanding it in a calm and assertive way. So how do you do this effectively? Start by being clear about what's acceptable and what's not. If someone crosses a line or disrespects you, it's crucial to address it immediately. For instance, if your partner frequently cancels plans last minute, don't let it slide. Lightly but firmly say something like, "I feel disappointed when plans are canceled last minute because I value our time together. I'd appreciate it if we could be more mindful of each other's time." This way, you're expressing your feelings and setting a clear expectation for the future. It's important to remember that setting boundaries isn't about being harsh or unreasonable. It's about ensuring mutual respect in your relationships. When you communicate your needs clearly, you're teaching others how to treat you in a way that aligns with your values. But what if someone doesn't take well to your boundaries? This is where consistency comes in. You need to be firm and consistent in upholding your boundaries. If someone repeatedly ignores your feelings or crosses your boundaries, it might be time to reconsider their place in your life. It's not easy, but protecting your self-respect is always worth it. Here's a powerful quote to keep in mind. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow, what you stop, and what you reinforce. This perfectly sums up why it's so important to educate others on how to treat you. You're not just protecting your own well-being, you're setting a standard for how you deserve to be treated. Now let's wrap this up with our affirmation. I deserve your respect. By educating others on how to treat you, you're taking control of your life and ensuring that you're treated with the dignity and respect you deserve. This isn't just about the people around you, it's about standing tall in your own value and teaching the world to see you for the amazing person you are. So go ahead, set those boundaries and declare your worth. You've got this. Number 4, be a little hard to get all right. Be a little hard to get. Friends, let's talk about something that can feel a bit counterintuitive, but is incredibly powerful. Being a little hard to get. Now, I'm not talking about playing games or being manipulative. This is about valuing your time and attention so highly that others naturally start to do the same. Why is this important? When you're always available and overly eager, it can sometimes signal to others that you don't value your own time or worth as much as you should. People tend to appreciate what they have to work a bit harder for. It's human nature. So by being a little hard to get, you're subtly teaching others to value you more. Let's break it down. Imagine you're always the one initiating contact, making plans, or being there at a moment's notice. While it might seem like you're just being a good partner or friend, it can sometimes create an imbalance. The other person might start to take you for granted because they've come to expect that you'll always be there. So how do you become a little harder to get without being distant or aloof? It's all about balance. Start by not always being the first to reach out. Let them come to you sometimes. If you're always available for plans, try saying no occasionally and suggest another time that works better for you. This isn't about playing games. It's about establishing that your time is valuable and that you have your own life and priorities. For example, if your partner calls last minute to hang out and you already have plans, don't feel guilty for sticking to your original plan. Politely let them know you're busy, but you'd love to see them another time. This subtly reinforces that your time is precious, and it makes them appreciate the moments you do spend together even more. And what if you're already separated from someone and you want them to realize what they've lost? This strategy is just as effective. Focus on living your best life. Engage in activities you love, spend time with positive people, and share those moments on social media. When they see you thriving and happy without them, it can trigger a realization of what they're missing out on. Here's a powerful quote to keep in mind. Absence sharpens love, presence strengthens it. By being a little less available, you're giving others the space to miss you, which can deepen their appreciation for you. As we wrap up this strategy, let's reinforce our affirmation. I deserve your respect. Being a little hard to get isn't about creating distance. It's about valuing yourself and making sure others do too. It's a subtle yet powerful way to ensure that your time, energy, and love are cherished. So go ahead, respect your own boundaries, and watch as others begin to do the same. You deserve nothing less. So friends, that was our fourth tip on being a little hard to get. Congratulations on sticking with us so far. I want you to pay even closer attention to the upcoming secrets because the tips I'm about to reveal are even more essential in your journey to truly owning your worth and commanding respect in every aspect of your life. Please do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop today's affirmation in the comments. If you've already done it, do it once more. Just type, "I deserve your respect." Now let's move on to trick number 5. Use the power of social media. All right, folks, let's talk about a tool that's right at your fingertips, social media. Whether we like it or not, social media plays a huge role in how we're perceived by others. But here's the thing. It's not just about showing off. It's about using it strategically to reflect your best self and remind others of your worth. Why is social media so powerful? It's simple. People are naturally curious, and they pay attention to what you're up to, even if they don't always interact with your posts. By sharing glimpses of your life, you're subtly reminding others of your value, your independence, and all the amazing things you bring to the table. So how do you use social media effectively? First, think about the image you want to project. This isn't about being fake or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about highlighting the positive aspects of your life, the things that make you happy, the accomplishments you're proud of, and the passions that drive you. Whether it's posting about a new hobby, a fun day out with friends, or a personal achievement, these posts show that you're living a full, vibrant life. For example, if you've recently picked up a new skill or achieved a goal, don't hesitate to share it. Did you complete a fitness challenge, learn to cook a new dish, or travel somewhere exciting? Post about it. These updates not only keep your social circle in the loop, but also remind others of your independence and growth. But here's the key: balance. It's not about oversharing or coming across as boastful. It's about posting intentionally with the goal of showcasing your best self. You want to create a narrative that reflects who you are, a strong, confident individual who knows their worth. And what if you're using social media in the context of a past relationship? This is where it gets interesting. When you're separated from someone, social media can serve as a subtle way to remind them of what they're missing. By showing that you're happy, fulfilled, and thriving, you're sending a clear message. I'm doing just fine, and I'm continuing to grow without you. Another important aspect is engaging with positive communities online. Whether it's joining groups related to your interests or participating in discussions that align with your values, these activities not only boost your online presence, but also connect you with like-minded individuals who share your passions. As you harness the power of social media, keep this quote in mind. Your social media presence is your digital footprint. Make it count. Every post, every interaction is a reflection of who you are, so use it wisely. And let's not forget our affirmation, I deserve your respect. By curating your social media to reflect your true self, you're reinforcing this belief every time you post. You're showing the world and yourself that you deserve to be valued and respected. So go ahead, post with purpose, and let your social media presence be a powerful extension of your self-worth. You've got this. Number 6, think before you act. Think before you act. All right, folks, let's dive into a crucial principle that can truly transform how you navigate your relationships. Thinking before you act. It might sound simple, but in the heat of the moment, it's easy to forget. Whether it's reacting to a hurtful comment, making a quick decision, or responding to a situation that triggers strong emotions. Taking a moment to pause and reflect can make all the difference. Why is this so important? Because our immediate reactions often come from a place of emotion rather than reason. When we act impulsively, we risk saying or doing things that we might later regret. This can damage relationships, erode trust, or make situations more complicated than they need to be. On the other hand, when you take a moment to think before you act, you give yourself the chance to choose a response that aligns with your values and long-term goals. Let's say your partner says something that hurts you. Your immediate reaction might be to snap back or shut down emotionally. But if you pause and think before you act, you give yourself the opportunity to consider why their words hurt you, how you want to address it, and what outcome you're hoping for. Instead of reacting out of anger or hurt, you might choose to calmly express how you feel and open up a constructive conversation. This not only helps resolve the issue, but also strengthens your relationship by fostering understanding and respect. Thinking before you act also ties into the Stoic principle of controlling what you can and letting go of what you can't. You can't control what others say or do, but you can control your response. By choosing your actions carefully, you're protecting your peace, maintaining your dignity, and ensuring that you stay true to yourself. Here's a quick strategy to help you pause before reacting. Take a deep breath. This helps calm your mind and body. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Acknowledge your emotions. Consider the outcome you want. Will your response help or hurt the situation? Respond thoughtfully. Choose words and actions that align with your values. This simple process can make a huge difference in how you handle challenging moments. And here's a powerful quote to remember. You can't always control what happens, but you can control how you respond. By thinking before you act, you're not only protecting your relationships and self-respect, you're also showing others that you're someone who values thoughtful communication and emotional maturity. Now, let's end with our affirmation. I deserve your respect. Taking that extra moment to pause before you act shows that you value yourself and your relationships. It empowers you to respond in ways that reflect your worth and ensure that you're treated with the respect you deserve. So go ahead, take a deep breath, think before you act, and watch how your life transforms. You've got this. You demonstrate emotional maturity and self-respect, which naturally leads others to respect you more. In situations where you're pressured to make a quick decision, this principle is especially important. Whether it's deciding whether to stay in a relationship, take on a new responsibility, or respond to a difficult conversation, give yourself the space to think things through. Ask yourself, what are the potential consequences of this action? Does this align with my values and long-term goals? How will this impact my relationship or self-respect? And here's the thing. Thinking before you act doesn't mean hesitating or being indecisive. It's about taking just a moment to ensure that your actions reflect your true intentions and values. This small pause can prevent unnecessary conflicts, regrets, and misunderstandings. Let's tie this into our affirmation. I deserve your respect. When you think before you act, you're respecting yourself by ensuring your actions are deliberate and aligned with your best self. You're also teaching others that you are thoughtful, intentional, and worthy of their respect. So next time you're faced with a situation that stirs up strong emotions, remember to pause, reflect, and then act. This simple practice can elevate your relationships and your life, helping you navigate challenges with grace and integrity. You've got this. Number 7. Positive self-talk. All right, friends, Positive self-talk. Let's talk about something incredibly powerful that often gets overlooked. Positive self-talk. The way you talk to yourself matters big time. Your inner dialogue shapes how you see yourself, how you interact with others, and ultimately how others perceive you. Positive self-talk is all about replacing those negative, self-doubting thoughts with empowering and affirming ones. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "I always mess things up," you shift to thoughts like, "I am capable, I am deserving, I am constantly growing and improving." These aren't just feel-good phrases. They're tools that help rewire your brain to focus on your strengths and potential rather than your perceived shortcomings. Why is this important? Because how you talk to yourself sets the tone for how you present yourself to the world. If you're constantly putting yourself down, it shows in your posture, your tone of voice, and your overall demeanor. But when you engage in positive self-talk, you build confidence from within. This confidence radiates outward, influencing how others see and treat you. Let's put this into action. Start by catching yourself when a negative thought creeps in. Replace it with something positive and true. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'm terrible at this," switch it up to, "I'm learning, and I'll get better with practice." This simple shift can make a huge difference in how you feel and perform. Remember our affirmation, "I deserve your respect." Incorporate this into your self-talk. Remind yourself daily that you are worthy of respect from both yourself and others. By nurturing a positive inner dialogue, you're laying the foundation for a more confident, respected, and fulfilled you. Keep lifting yourself up and watch how the world responds. Number 8. Say no to pressure. All right, folks, say no to pressure. Let's talk about the power of saying no when you're under pressure. It might seem simple, but in reality, it's one of the toughest things to do, especially when you don't want to disappoint others or feel like you're letting someone down. But here's the truth. Saying no is one of the most empowering actions you can take for your self-respect and well-being. Pressure can come from all directions. A partner pushing you to do something you're not comfortable with. Friends urging you to join in on something that doesn't align with your values, or work demands that stretch you too thin. In these moments, it's crucial to remember that your time, energy, and well-being are valuable, and it's okay to protect them. Saying no isn't about being difficult or uncooperative. It's about setting boundaries that respect your needs and limits. When you stand firm and say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're showing others and yourself that you won't compromise your values or overextend yourself just to please others. Let's look at a relationship example. If your partner is pressuring you into making decisions you're not ready for, like moving in together or taking a big financial step, it's okay to say, "I'm not comfortable with this right now." This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're being thoughtful and intentional about your decisions, which is a sign of self-respect. And remember, every time you say no to something that doesn't align with your values, you're saying yes to yourself. You're prioritizing your own well-being, which is vital for maintaining a healthy, balanced life. Tie this into our affirmation, "I deserve your respect." Saying no to pressure is a powerful way to reinforce this belief. It's a reminder that your boundaries are important and that you have the right to stand by them. So don't be afraid to say no when it matters. You deserve it. Number 9. Set healthy boundaries. All right, setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your energy, time, and personal space. They are crucial for maintaining a healthy sense of self-respect. Setting clear boundaries ensures that you honor your needs, values, and limitations, and it helps others understand how to respect you as well. Why are boundaries so important? Without boundaries, you risk overcommitting yourself, neglecting your own needs, and ultimately feeling drained or disrespected. Boundaries allow you to protect your mental, emotional, and physical health. They help you avoid burnout, resentment, and being taken advantage of by others. Here's how to start setting them. Identify your limits. What are the areas in your life where you feel overextended? This could be work, relationships, or social commitments. Communicate them clearly. Let others know what you are and are not willing to do. For example, I can't take on this extra task right now. Be consistent. Stick to your boundaries. It's easy to slip into people-pleasing mode, but consistency is key to ensuring your boundaries are respected. Remember, boundaries are not about shutting people out or being rude. They are about creating space for you to thrive without feeling overwhelmed or compromised. Link this to our affirmation, I deserve your respect. By setting boundaries, you're not only respecting yourself, but you're also teaching others how to treat you with the same level of respect. Boundaries are essential for creating healthy relationships and maintaining your peace of mind, so don't be afraid to set them. You deserve the respect that comes with them. Number 10. Practice self-care. Time for self-care, friends. Self-care is often misunderstood as something indulgent or selfish. In reality, it's a vital practice for maintaining your mental, emotional, and physical health. When you prioritize self-care, you're showing yourself the respect you deserve, and in turn, this boosts your confidence and well-being. Self-care can take many forms, depending on what works for you. It could be taking time to relax and unwind after a busy day, engaging in a hobby or activity that brings you joy, prioritizing rest and sleep, or nourishing your body with healthy food and exercise. The key is to recognize that you need to invest in yourself regularly to function at your best. Just as you wouldn't neglect the maintenance of something valuable, you shouldn't neglect your own care. Why is self-care so important? When you neglect yourself, it's easy to become burnt out, stressed, or overwhelmed. Taking time for self-care helps restore your energy and maintain your mental clarity. It ensures that you're able to show up as your best self in all areas of your life. Think of it like this. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not filling your own cup through self-care, you won't have anything to give to others. Let's connect this to our affirmation, I deserve your respect. By practicing self-care, you're acknowledging your worth and showing yourself the respect you deserve. This not only enhances your physical and emotional health, but it also reinforces your belief that you are worthy of love, care, and respect. So, prioritize yourself and make self-care a regular part of your routine. You deserve it. Number 11. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins, big and small. How often do you take the time to celebrate your achievements? Whether it's a small victory or a major milestone, acknowledging your wins is an essential part of building your self-respect. It's easy to focus on what's next or get bogged down by mistakes, but celebrating your successes helps you build momentum and reinforce your self-worth. Celebrating your wins doesn't always mean throwing a party. It can be something as simple as taking a moment to reflect on your progress, giving yourself a pat on the back for a job well done, or rewarding yourself with a treat or break for accomplishing a task. Why should you celebrate? When you celebrate your achievements, you affirm your progress and reinforce your belief in your abilities. This boosts your confidence and encourages you to keep striving toward future goals. It's important to remember that even small victories are worth celebrating. Every step forward is a step toward your larger goals. Let's connect this to our affirmation again. I deserve your respect. When you celebrate your wins, you're telling yourself that you are worthy of acknowledgement and respect. You're honoring the effort you put into achieving your goals. So don't skip over the small wins. Celebrate them and keep moving forward with confidence. You deserve it.